This is Aaron Losey from Lone Star Drift in the BC Racing booth, and I want to talk about 2018 Lone Star Drift. I think one of the biggest problems grassroots racing has had in the recent years is everyone that gets into drifting wants to go to Formula D from the second they start, and they don't ever have the want or anything. Not everybody, but a lot of people, they just see it as a stepping stone going through grassroots drifting to get to the big time. And if you have 100 guys start with that mentality, and only 99.5% of them are going to fail and get out of the way, and only 0.5 is going to succeed, that means you're going to have almost your entire field of drivers be upset and unhappy with the results of their racing within 3 to 4 years and quit drifting because A, they're embarrassed, B, they're broke, they didn't pace themselves correctly, they didn't really plan out what was going on, they overbuilt their car so the car wouldn't be good for grassroots, it would be good for some type of pro level event, they can't handle the amount of maintenance it has, all of this type of stuff. It just doesn't really work out too well for 99.5% of the drivers. So, and say they quit and they're frustrated, and the one guy that finally succeeds, or the half of a guy in 100, he goes to Formula D and leaves you, which is great for Formula D and everything, but it's very bad for grassroots racing. And I don't think you need to baby that guy that would succeed through grassroots racing, because he would have succeeded in anything he wanted to do, because that guy is passionate and that guy is a ripper and that guy is going to kill it at anything he wants to do. That guy could go surfboarding and be a pro or something probably, because he has what it takes. Everybody else doesn't. So what this conversation is how do I fix this problem? What I'm going to do for 2018 is we're going to try and build up the Lone Star Drift YouTube channel, and we're going to use the Lone Star Drift YouTube channel to create media distribution and a downward way from Lone Star Drift down to the drivers, sending the content out to the audience and having the drivers have the ability to be in the channel as characters. So they will create and submit videos to me. I'll take maybe about 8 to 10 people and make them characters in the channel. Outside of just the normal content. Oh no, we're gonna have music on top. Okay, maybe the music will stop. Okay, so they will get to be in the channel, they will get their own videos, and by doing that, if we can get the Lone Star Drift channel up to say 100,000 subscribers, we will have a distribution method for our drivers to distribute their content directly for sponsors. What that means is you will have Harrison Johnson, and he will have his own little tiny contract with Lone Star Drift so that he can hand it off to sponsors at SEMA next year and say, hey, I'm going to be in this channel, and I'm going to have 5 to 10 or 15 or however many videos he's going to do that we agree upon. And he will have an audience of 100,000 people provided by me to distribute his content directly to, so that he doesn't have to create his own channel and get that big. And as a perk, at the end of each of his videos, we will link back to his own channel, sending him subscribers, building up his audience so that he doesn't have to use the Lone Star Drift one forever, so that he can finally create his own sustainable model for all this. So my big thing, besides having grassroots events that are fun, with camping that are 2 days long, with parties, with friends, with Texas Street Legal, which are reasonably priced cars that are much easier to maintain and everything, I am trying to create a sustainable model for drifters. So as they get past the first, the second, the third year, and they become our most experienced drivers in Lone Star Drift, we don't see them fatigue and burn out, because that's the worst thing that can happen. As soon as a driver gets to the point where they're like our Fielding or our Harrison or our Mesker, that they burn out and quit, because that's where all the institutional experience in drifting is held, and that's where all the cool stuff is how do you say, all the cool driving experience, all the cool helping experience, all of the cool car, all the everything is held in that top 10% of our drivers, and I want to keep them for as long as possible. So if we can create a way to do that, that will be awesome, and that's what I hope to do. So we're going to give top-down media distribution to those guys. They're going to have their own part in a channel and all that jazz. And how am I going to get to 100,000 subscribers? We are going to have Adam LZ and Taylor Ray and Trevor Jameson from all their channels, along with some other guys, drive my Nismo 370Z and our Lone Star Drift Texas Street Legal series. And they're going to drive a car and have fun with us and go do fun track days and some other stuff on the back end, create a bunch of content and promote the channel up, and hopefully the channel will then grow at a rapid rate, because we'll have collaboration efforts with lots of top YouTubers, and along with all my other content that we normally make, but I think it's going to work out really well. And I'm super excited. And I'm super excited to announce that we get to work with companies like BC Racing again next year. We have What Monsters Do. If you go to their website, we have a cool 20% off discount code. It's EBISU, EBISU. All kinds of cool stuff. Our old model was hosting events and then also helping drivers find sponsorship through these places. And if you check the Lone Star Drift Instagram page, you'll see that Michael Van Schellenbeck was here at the booth with BC, and one of our drivers was getting BC sponsorship for the 2018 season, and we hook up a bunch of our guys. Hey, it's Ryan Literal. Woo! So we're trying to create a sustainable model for grassroots guys. Oh, Mike was too close. And we will continue helping them get sponsors and keeping them in drifting for the 3rd and 4th and 5th year, and extend them out as long as possible until they finally get sick of drifting, have kids, grow old, have backs that are too bad to go do anything, and just quit